Welcome to Tamer Bowling Video Ball Reviews. We need your support, so if you like what we do, please support us by joining our Patreon page. Alright, we're back with the Storm Phaze III. I frequently talk about wanting to, quote, crack the factory polish on many out-of-box shined up balls. This is not an exclusive thing to Storm, just to be clear. With this ball in particular, it's long, crazy sideways with the factory polish. The down lane angle is really impressive, to be completely honest, but my initial thoughts was if I can break that factory shine, the ball will not wait until after the end of the pattern to make its turn. Typically you do smooth it out when you put surface, so you won't see as angular a move necessarily, but when a ball has this much natural capabilities down lane, I usually have good results taking the shine off. It's especially important from the left side, since it's not all that frequently we need something that goes 50 feet before it turns. So what I did is use a worn 2000 pad by hand to remove that factory shine. I didn't get very aggressive to make it very dull, but you need enough grit to remove the shine. So this is a bit of a unique test, and now I'm not specifically trying to get to 2000. I just don't want to see my reflection in a ball, so it has to have some teeth. My guess is that probably comes somewhere between 3000 and 4000, but it doesn't have a sheen like a 4000 pad would have off of a spinner, for example. So right away you'll see that on the same initial line it's still angular but a little too early to hold. I made about a 3-2 move to find the pocket, but I think as you watch I found more shots where the ball wasn't completely sideways through the pins, so it had much less risk for 8 pins and the ball was now going through the 8-9 more frequently. Again, it didn't lose its angularity. You could see if I decelerated it's still gonna hook up hard. But now I no longer felt like I was watching the ball go past the break point before making a violent turn. Starting up maybe 2 feet sooner meant I wasn't as worried the thing is just going to nose up. Not that it can't, but just a little less concerned. There's an actual chance to tighten up the break point and catch the high hard one instead of a guarantee you're going through the face. What I will say is the more, quote, normal entry angles mean a bit more of a chance of a corner versus an 8-pin. And the nice thing is it's still in a nice spot under the Phaze II. The Phaze II is still more traction and earlier. Hopefully it's obvious on video, even though it may only be a couple boards deeper, the Phaze II clearly has more traction and smoother mid lane. Bryan also had an opportunity to test with both surfaces. Surface finishes, and the same concept. For him, he actually saw something a little different. With the factory finish, he had a nice ball reaction. He saw moderate strength pearl ball, stronger than his idle pearls I mentioned in the first video. He liked the angularity from the Phaze III and thought using a little surface would help give it added traction. Well, it was definitely earlier, and as you would expect, the surface makes it, start up just a bit, and then also calms some of that late angularity. For Bryan, that actually meant the ball covered less boards on the house shot. He actually wound up having to move 2-1 right. It may have been a little bit of a surprise, but once he settled with the reaction, he had a nice smooth look. But he felt opposite of me in terms of his reaction or the ball's response on lane to the surface. So he felt like the factory surface gave him a better look because he's already on a more direct side, so having that extra punch down lane is something he's looking for. The surface kind of took that away from him actually. So for me, I felt like it calmed it down enough to make it that much more usable from the left side. With that said, I feel like the Phaze III is so good with some shine or maybe just a tiny bit of surface that I probably would not consider more surface than that. Could it be good? Sure. But when you have a ball like Phaze II above it, I'd let the Phaze III stay where it's good. I do think when the Phaze III comes into play, it'll have a wide zone of usability even with some shine. It's one of those balls that I think will be spectacular with lane shine, which is essentially what I was trying to emulate by removing the factory shine. So there you have it. Thanks for watching and see you in a future episode. I want to thank Limerick Bowl for their support. If you're in the area, don't forget to visit Limerick Bowl in Limerick, Pennsylvania.